Friends, in this video, I'm going to take you through exercise uh, number 1.3 or problem set number 1.3 of Erwin Krzyzewski Advanced Engineering Mathematics. And you can see the problems that we are going to solve in this particular video. We will start from 1 and we will solve till 17 all the question. I'll try to accommodate in this video itself. Okay. So we start with the first question, and first question is actually a theoretical question. It says that why do we add a constant of integration? So friends, whenever we differentiate any function, suppose there is a function which is given, and this function will have some uh, may have some uh, variable of x and also may have some constant function. So the moment we differentiate this with respect to x, actually what happens, all the constant functions they actually get they vanish, and because of the process of differentiation itself. So whenever there is an integration which involves of that differentiated function or any function, we uh, add one constant of integration c or b or whatever you want to add. And this is the main reason and main logic of actually adding a constant of integration. So this actually answers our problem number 1. So we will start with problem number 2 now. So this is the second question. Okay. So let us start this one. This is actually something which we can do by separating or actually isolating the this part y prime part. So and we can write y prime is equal to minus x oblique x cube divided by y cube, or minus x oblique y cube. And let us assume v is equal to y oblique x. Therefore we will have y is equal to vx, and y prime will be xv prime plus this will be dv oblique dx x, and then v dx oblique dx v. Okay. And then we substitute all of it here, and since we have assumed y is equal to vx, this will be 1 oblique v, and here we will get xv prime plus b is equal to minus 1 oblique v cube. This will give us x v prime is equal to v cube minus v, or x dv oblique dx is equal to minus of 1 minus v4 oblique v3, or minus of. Okay, what can be done now? We can separate the variable here. So we can bring all v on the side of v, so we will have v cube dv, and this will be v to the power 4 plus 1, and this will be minus dx x. Now again let us assume here something which, if I take v to the power 4 plus 1 is equal to p, we get 3 v cube dv is equal to dp, or v cube dv is equal to 1 oblique 3 dp. Okay, and here we will get just p. So this will be 1 oblique 3 dp oblique p, and this is minus x. Now we apply integration on both the sides, and we get 1 oblique 3 ln p, and this is minus ln x, and this will become ln p to the power 1 oblique 3 is equal to, this will be ln x minus 1, and plus I'll add a constant of integration ln c, right? And this will give us p1 oblique 3 is equal to c oblique x. And we had assumed earlier, let us make it cube on both the sides. So I'll put cube on both the sides, and therefore we will get p is equal to c cube. I'll write it just as a c because that will again remain a constant. So this will be p 3 cube. And what did we take earlier? We took p is equal to v to the power 4 plus 1, and we took v is equal to y to the power x. And the moment we substitute v is equal to y oblique x here, and then all of this here, we will get y oblique x to the power 4 plus 1 is equal to c x cube, and this will become x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 divided by x to the power 4 and c x cube, and this will give us nothing but x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 c x. Okay, so this will be actually solution for this particular differential equation, friends. Okay, so now we come to the second question. This is actually third question, not second, and this is given like this. So we have actually here delta y oblique delta x is equal to 1 oblique cos square y, or we can write it cos square y dy is equal to dx. This is the simple most form, and we know cos 2y is equal to 2 cos square y minus 1, or by this we can get cos y is equal to 1 plus cos 2y divided by 2. Okay, so this we can replace here. I think we should not be having any problem because this is a variable separated equation, so we can do it easily. So I will write half 1 plus cos 2y dy is equal to dx, and this will be half dy plus half cos 2y dy is equal to dx, and this will be when we apply integration on the entire expression, we get y oblique 2 plus this is cos, this is half, and cos will become sine 2y divided by 2, and this is x plus c. I think by making it little more simple, we will get 2y plus sine 2y is equal to 4x plus a constant of integration, and this will be actually solution of the given ordinary differential equation. Right, friends? So now let us move to the fourth question now. So this is the fourth question for us, and this is given like this one. Okay, so this is actually dy oblique dx sine 2 pi x is equal to pi y cos 2 pi x. Okay, and this here also I think we will be in a position to separate the variables and put x with x and y with y, and doing so we can take this y this side, so this will become dy oblique y, and we can take all of x this side, and this will become nothing but pi cos 2 pi x sine 2 pi x and dx. Okay, if I assume, say, let sine 2 pi x be p, we will get 2 pi cos of 2 pi x dx is equal to dp, or pi of cos 2 pi x dx is equal to half of dp. Now this can be substituted here and this can be substituted here, so we get dy oblique y is equal to pi cos 2 pi x dx. Here we get cos 2 pi x dx. This pi actually goes off, so we get pi cos 2 pi x dx is equal to half dp divided by p, and applying integration on both the sides we get ln y is equal to half of ln p. I will put a constant of integration ln c here, okay? And this ln y is equal to ln square root of p plus ln c will give us y is equal to p, okay? And what we had assumed earlier, p is equal to sine 2 pi x. So our final solution will be a constant of integration sine 2 pi x. This is the final solution of the given differential equation. Okay. So let us move to the fifth question. This is the fifth question, and I will write y dy oblique dx is equal to minus 30x, and this 36x. Y dy is equal to minus 36x dx. Applying integration on both the sides, we get y square butter 2 oblique 2 is equal to minus 36 x square oblique 2 plus a constant of integration c, and we get nothing but we get y square is equal to minus 36 square plus 2c. I will instead write c1, another constant of integration, and this will get us 36 square is equal to constant of integration. This is the final solution of fifth question. Now we will move to the sixth one. Okay, so we got here, this is the sixth question. Dy oblique dx is equal to e to the power 2x minus 1 y square. Again, this can be separated very well, and it will be dy oblique y square is equal to e to the power minus 2x minus 1, e to the power 2x minus 1, and here it will be dx. Okay, and this can be also written as 2x divided by e, where actually e will act as a constant. Okay, we have now y to the power minus 2 dy is equal to 1 oblique e to the power 2x dx, and the moment we integrate both the sides, here we will get y as per the formula y to the power minus 2 plus 1 minus 2 plus 1. This will be e, and this will be e to the power 2x divided by 2 plus a constant of integration c, and this will give us minus 1 oblique y is equal to half e to the power 2x minus 1 plus c. And so this will actually give us something like y is equal to 1 oblique or minus 2 e to the power 2 to the e to the power 2x minus 1 plus a constant of integration c. Something like this, okay? This will be actually our answer for sixth. So friends, we have arrived at the question number 7 of this problem set 1.3, and this is general solution 2 to 10. We have to find the general solution. Here we need to assume something, and that assumption will be actually y oblique x is equal to u, or you can assume v. I will assume u in this case, and this I'll divide throughout with x. So we find y prime is equal to y oblique x plus 2 x square sine square y oblique x. Now if we assume y is equal to ux, or y oblique x is equal to u, our y prime will be u prime x plus u, okay, and this we will shift here, so we get u x u prime is equal to u plus 2 x sine square u. This will go off, okay, and this 1x will also get cancelled with this, and we will get u prime is equal to 2 sine square u, okay. And this can be actually written at du oblique dx and 2 sine square u, and this will be du oblique sine square u is equal to dx. This gives us cosec square u du is equal to dx. The moment we integrate cosec square u, we get minus cot u, and this here we get x plus a constant of integration c, and we had earlier assumed u is equal to y oblique x. That we will replace here to get minus cot of y oblique x. Cot of y oblique x is equal to x plus c. This is the solution for the given problem, okay. So let us move to the 8th question now, okay. So here we will assume actually y plus 4x is equal to v, and then when we differentiate this with respect to x, we get dy oblique dx plus 4 is equal to dv oblique dx. This is nothing but y prime. We have y prime plus 4 is equal to v prime, and y prime is equal to v prime minus 4. So we put v prime minus 4 here, and this side we just put v square, okay. A little bit of interchange, we get v dash is equal to v square plus 4, and the moment we split into dv oblique dx, v square is equal to 4, and again separating the variable, we get dx is equal to dv oblique v square 4, and we integrate both the sides. We will get here x is equal to tan inverse of v oblique 4 plus a constant of integration c, and we have this one, x is equal to tan inverse of v. This is actually 4, we should not confuse with u. V is y plus 4x divided by 4, inverse plus c. And if we put another constant maybe on the left side instead of putting this on the right side, we may get actually y plus 4x oblique 4 is equal to tan of x plus c1, and this will give us y plus 4 of x is equal to 4 tan of x plus c1. So our answer could be actually y is equal to 4 of tan of x plus c1 minus 4x, okay. This will be our answer for question number 8. So guys, let us move to the next question. Next question is the 9th question as per this list, and we come to 9th question now. This is the 9th question. Let us assume in this case also y oblique x is equal to u, and we can write y is equal to ux and differentiate this with respect to x. We get dy oblique dx here, u plus x u prime here, or du oblique dx, and this is nothing but y prime. So we replace y prime with this, so we get x u prime is equal to instead of y square, we can then substitute this in ux. So we get y square is nothing but u square x square plus y is what, ux, and this is ux is equal to x square u prime is equal to u square x square plus ux, and this is u prime is equal to u square, okay. And we get du oblique dx is equal to u square. When we separate the variable, we get du oblique u square is equal to dx, and this is minus 1 oblique u. When we apply the integration on both sides, this will become minus 1 oblique u, and this will become x, and then there is a constant of integration c. So we can write u is equal to minus of 1 oblique x plus c. Now u is what? U is y oblique x. So we can write y oblique x is equal to minus of xc, and therefore it can be written, the moment we take x on this side, this will be minus x of x plus c. So this is the answer for question number 9. So let us move to question number 10 now. So here is question number 10, y prime 1 plus y oblique x. We divide the entire expression with x, then we get this particular thing, and y oblique x we assume is equal to u. So y prime again we will get as this will be x u prime plus u. So we substitute here, and then we substitute u here, and we get x u prime plus u is equal to 1 plus u, and this goes off, and we get x u prime is equal to 1, or x du oblique dx is equal to 1, or du is equal to dx oblique x. When we apply integration, we get u is equal to ln x plus a constant of ln c, and we get u is equal to ln cx here, and when substituting this u here, we get y oblique x is equal to ln cx, and this is nothing but y is equal to x ln cx, and this is the solution of the given problem. Okay, now we come to question number 11. Question number 11 till question number 11 to 17 are all initial value problems, where actually instead of using the constant, we have been actually given initial values to find the complete equation. So here we have question number 11, x y prime plus y is equal to 0, and when x is equal to 4, we get y is equal to 6. This is what we have to solve. So this can be written as x dy oblique dx plus y is equal to 0. This can be written as dy oblique dx is equal to minus y, or this can be written as dy oblique y is equal to minus dx oblique x. Then we apply integration on both the sides, we get ln y minus ln x plus a constant of integration, say ln c, and this gives us ln y is equal to ln x to the power minus 1 plus ln c, and this will be y is equal to c oblique x. Now in this case we have to find the value of c using the initial value conditions here. So it says that when we keep the value of x is equal to 4, y we get is 6. So here we can keep 6 is equal to c oblique 4, and we get c as 24. And the moment we substitute c as a 24 here, our answer will be y is equal to 24 oblique x. And this is the final solution of the given ODE with IVP. Okay. So now let us discuss question number 12. So question number 12 is right here, and it says that y prime is equal to y plus 4y square. This can be written as dy oblique dx is equal to 1 plus 4y square, or if I take 4 out here, we can write it dy oblique dx is equal to 4 in bracket 1 plus 4 plus y square. Okay, and Now we can separate the variable and bring y with y, 1 oblique 4 y square, and x with x, 4 dx, and apply integration on both the sides. So this we get tan inverse of y of a square root of this, which is the square root of 1 oblique 4, is equal to x plus a constant of integration c, and this will give us tan inverse of this will actually become 2y here, and we get x plus c here. Now what does it say? It says that when we keep the value of x as 1, the value of y we get will be 0. So this will be actually tan 0 is equal to 1 plus c, or tan inverse of 0 is nothing but 0. Okay, and this will give c plus 1 is equal to 0, or c is equal to minus 1. Then in that case, what will be our final solution? Our final solution will be tan inverse of 2y is equal to x minus 1, or 2y is equal to tan of x minus 1. Okay, this is what we get. So shall we move to question number 13 now? So 13 is a little tricky, and it involves some trigonometric function. This is initial value is, friends, y0 is equal to half pi. This we can write at dy oblique dx cos of hyperbolic square x is equal to sine square v, and I think this can be well separated, y with y and x with x, and we get uh, dy oblique sine square y is equal to dx oblique cos square of hyperbolic x, or cos square hyperbolic x, as the case may be. Okay, and this we can integrate. Now integrating sine square, this is actually nothing but cosec square y dy, and this is nothing but sec of hyperbolic square x dx, and when integrating, here we get minus cot y, and here we get tan of hyperbolic x plus a constant of integration c. See, so as per initial condition, it says y is equal to pi oblique 2, which means this is cot pi oblique 2 is equal to, when x is equal to 0, is tan hyperbolic 0 plus c. Tan hyperbolic 0 is nothing but 0, and cot pi oblique 2 is minus 1 oblique tan pi oblique 2, and we know at pi oblique 2 tan is infinity, and 1 oblique infinity is 0, so we get c is equal to 0. Therefore our solution is nothing but cot y is equal to minus tan of hyperbolic x. This is the answer. So friends, now we move to question number 14. Question number 14 will appear on your screen now. In this question, there is nothing different. Instead, the variables, you can say, identification have been changed. Instead of writing y, x, or things like that, it is written r and t, where actually r is a function of t in this case. And initial condition is that when t is equal to 0, r is r0. And on that we have to find what is the final equation of this particular ODE. So this we can separate again very easily. It's a variable separable. So we can write here dr oblique r, and this t we can take this side and write 2 minus 2t dt. And when we apply integration here, we will get ln r is equal to minus 2t square oblique 2 plus a constant of integration, say c. and this will give us the moment we take an anti-log, we will get r is equal to e to the power minus t square plus c may be written as a different constant c1, which will be multiple of this. Okay, actually what will happen the moment we take anti-log, this c will come over and it will become e to the power c, and to the power c, since c is constant, this will again be a constant, so this can be denoted as a different constant c1. So our the solution that we find here, general solution, is actually c1 e to the power minus t square. Now what does it say? Says that when t is equal to 0, r is r0. The moment we substitute t is equal to 0 here, this will become what? This will become 1, and this will become r0. So we have r0 c1 e to the power 0, or r0 is equal to c1, because this will just become 1. Now we substitute this c1 here, and we get our solution as r is equal to r0 e to the power minus t square. In case you want to write r as a function of t, that can also be written. You can write rt is equal to r0 e to the power minus t square, and this will be its a final solution. Okay, so now we come to question number 15th. So you can see 15th question on your screen. This is y prime is equal to minus of 4x oblique y. If we can write y prime as dy oblique dx, and right side like this is very easily variable separable equation, and we can write this as minus 4 y dy is equal to minus 4 of x dx, and upon integration of this equation we get y square oblique 2 is equal to minus 4 of x square oblique 2 plus a constant c. Okay, and this if we multiply the entire expression by 2, we will get y square is equal to minus 4x square plus, I will write 2c as a different constant c1, and this will be y square plus 4x square is equal to c1. And in order to find c1, we need to use given initial condition, which is y is equal to 3 when x is equal to 2. So we can replace 2 here and 3 here, and this will become 9, and this will become 4 is to 4. This is c1, and c1 is nothing but 25. Our final answer for this will be y square plus 4x square is equal to 25. Okay, so let's move to the next question now. So in question number 16, we have to solve this as advised in the question itself. We can actually assume x plus y minus 2 is equal to v, and this will give us 1 plus dy oblique dx is equal to dv oblique dx, or we can write this as 1 plus y prime is equal to v prime. Okay, so instead of y prime, we can write v prime minus 1, and this is v square, or dv oblique dx minus 1 is equal to v square, or dv oblique dx is equal to 1 plus v square. This will give us dv oblique 1 plus v square, and 1 plus v square is equal to dx. Now we apply integration here. Left hand side we get tan inverse v, and right hand side x plus c, and then again we substitute back value of v right here, or we can write v is equal to tan of x plus c. This will give us x plus y minus 2 is equal to tan of x plus c. Okay, use initial value condition, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2 minus 2 tan of 0 plus c. This gives tan of C is equal to 0 or C is equal to 0. Therefore, the final solution that we get is actually x plus y minus 2 is equal to tan x. Okay, so friends, now we move to our last question of this particular section, and the last question is question number 17. Question number 17 we move now. So friends, you can see question number 17 on your screen now. Okay, and this is what is given and we have to solve. We will assume here y is equal to x as u, and the moment we differentiate this with respect to x, we will get y prime as u prime x plus u. Okay, and this equation 1 which is given here, we may rewrite is as y oblique x plus 3, and 1x will go off with 1x and it will become 3x cube, and then cos square y oblique x. And the moment we replace this and this here, what we are going to get is u prime x plus u is equal to u plus 3 of x cube into cos square u. Okay, and then one u will go up, will cancel each other out, and we will be left with u prime x is equal to 3x cube cos square u, and then this will give u prime 3x square cos square u. This can again be rewritten as du oblique dx, and this will become 3x square cos square u, and doing separating its variable, we get du oblique cos square u here and 3x square dx. Now this will become actually sec of u du, and this will become 3x square dx. We apply integration on both the sides, and we will get here, this will become tan u, and this will become 3 of x cube oblique 3 plus a constant of integration c, and this will become tan y oblique x, since we had assumed u is equal to y oblique x, and this will become x cube plus c. Now if we make use of the initial condition which is given here, at x is equal to 1, the value of y is equal to 0. So here it will become tan of 0 oblique 1, and here it will become 1 cube plus c. This will give us c is equal to minus 1. When we substitute minus 1 here, we will have tan of y oblique x is equal to tan cube minus 1. And in case you want to separate with y, we can do it by taking tan inverse on both the sides, and we will get y is equal to x on the left and tan inverse of x cube minus 1 on the right, and this will again y is equal to x tan inverse of x cube minus 1. So this is the answer that we get here. This is the answer, okay, for question number 17. So this is it in this video, friends. We have covered question number 1 to question number 17 of problem set 1.3 of Erwin Krejcik's Advanced Engineering Mathematics, and I hope you liked the video. Before I leave, may I request all of you who have not subscribed to my channel to kindly subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, kindly share this with your friends. And in case you want to ask anything or make any comment, kindly go on the comment box and write that. Once again, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.